solution of test 16, and the chapter which is included in this, that is reproduction in organism, and another chapter that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. So these two chapters we are going to deal with this in this solution of the paper. Question 1. Question 1 asks that the technique of parasexual fusion. Technique of parasexual fusion first discovered by. Now parasexual fusion is also known as somatic hybridization, and this somatic hybridization in which fusion of protoplast occur and syncytium is formed. So this technique was developed by Harris and Watkins. So D is the correct answer. Question 2. Question 2 asks that the development of sporophyte. Development of sporophyte without fertilization. Without fertilization from vegetative cells of gametophyte. From vegetative cells of gametophyte is called. Now vegetative cells of gametophyte. So development of sporophyte without fertilization means developing occurring from the embryo sac and from vegetative cell. Now vegetative cell of gametophyte. Now gametophyte means here it is talking about female gametophyte, and female gametophyte means embryo sac. Now the vegetative cells of this embryo sac are antipodals, synergids. These are particularly a vegetative cells. So if embryo or a sporophyte develop without fertilization from this vegetative cells and it form a sporophyte, that is embryo, and then sporophyte will form, then this type of process is known as apogamy. So option B is the correct answer. Next is question 3. Question 3 asks that in which plant outbreeding device prevent autogamy but not zytonogamy. So if we talk about outbreeding device are those devices which promote cross pollination or cross fertilization but prevent self pollination. So if we talk the type of outbreeding device which prevent autogamy but not zytonogamy, so if here we think, then it is a unisexuality, and when a unisexuality is there, and in unisexuality if plant is monoecious, means unisexual male and female flower are present on same plant, and when male and female flower are present on same plant, suppose this is a female flower and this is a male flower, and which if they are present on the same plant, then the pollen grain will transfer from here to here, so geitonogamy will occur. So geitonogamy cannot be prevented, but it is not a bisexual, it is a unisexual flower, so autogamy is prevented. So this is asking about the monoecious plant. So if we talk about the example of monoecious which are given in this, the option C, castor and maize is correct answer, that they are monoecious. As a, if we talk about the papaya, papaya is a dioecious. So C is the correct answer. So next we talk about question 4. Question 4 asks that carrot micro propagate through. Now you know that carrot is have a conical tuberous root, and this propagates through this root, so it shows a vegetative propagation. Now if we talk about the option A is given embryo produced during the sexual reproduction, not during the vegetative propagation, so embryo through embryo it cannot propagate. Second option is given as embryoid. Through embryoids also it cannot propagate because it is also a sexual structure. C is given the shoot culture. Through shoot culture also it cannot propagate because its vegetative propagation occurs through the root. And callus, yes, callus can form if we perform a tissue culture. So callus is the correct answer. Question 5. Question 5 asks that A and R are given. Assertion is saying that the end of juvenile phase which marks the beginning of the growth phase, actually end of juvenile phase makes the beginning of reproductive or mature phase, not growth phase, because juvenile phase itself is known as growth phase, so it is an incorrect statement. Reason is given as juvenile phase is also known as vegetative phase. Absolutely correct, because juvenile vegetative stage is another name for the juvenile phase. So A is incorrect and R is correct. According to this, option D is the correct answer. Question 6. Question 6 asks that in organism, further development of the zygote depends on further development of zygote depends on. So if we talk about zygote, if zygote undergo mitosis, then it produces sporophyte, and if sporophyte is produced, then it help in haplodiplontic or diplontic life cycle. But if zygote undergo meiosis, it show haplontic life cycle. So based on the life cycle, the development of zygote depends. First. Second, the meiosis will occur or mitosis will occur, that will be dependent on the environment. So option A is given as type of life cycle. Yes, based on the type of life cycle is development depend. Option B, environment. Yes, based on environment is development depend. Option C, chemical compounds. No, chemical compounds play indirect role but not directly. And D is given as both A and B are correct. So both A and B on which the particular life cycle, particularly a development of zygote will depend. Question 7. Question 7 asks that for the formation of tetrasporic embryo sac, formation of tetrasporic embryo sac, tetrasporic embryo sac, formation of tetrasporic embryo sac. How many megaspore mother cell are required? How many megaspore mother cell are required. So if we talk about the tetrasporic embryo sac, first in this what happens? One megaspore mother cell that undergo nuclear division without cytokinesis, means cytokinesis does not occur. So if cytokinesis does not occur, initially two nuclei will form, and this two nuclei will undergo mitosis, and then total four nuclei will form. Now this is a cynomegaspore. Sorry, meiosis is occurring, so four nuclei will form, that is a cynomegaspore. Now this cynomegaspore undergo two successive mitoses, and total 16 nucleus will form within this megaspore. Out of the 16 nucleus, one synergid and one egg cell come towards the micropyle end. 6 antipodals will form. 6 nuclei accumulate and antipodals will form, and remaining 8 nuclei accumulate at the center. So total 16 nucleus accumulate like this, and later on cytokinesis will occur. So here for the tetrasporic embryo sac, which why it is known as tetrasporic, because 4 megaspore are involved in development of this embryo sac. So this 4 megaspore are produced from 1 megaspore mother cell. So how many megaspore mother cell are involved, that is the question. So answer become the 1. So option A become the correct answer, that is 1. Question 8. Question 8 asks that intine of pollen grain is composed of. Intine of pollen grain is composed of. Now if we are talking about the intine, you know that pollen grain, when we talk, it has two layers in this coat. One is outer exine and inner one is intine. Now the outer coat exine is made up of sporopollenin, and intine is pectocellulose, it is made up of pectose and cellulose. So according to this, in question 8, answer become option B, that is cellulose and pectin. So B become correct answer. Question 9. Question 9 asks that anther is generally composed of. Now anther is generally composed of. Now if we draw the diagram cross section of anther, it look like this. It is a cross section of anther. Now in this cross section anther, you will find a 4 pollen sac. How many pollen sac you will find? 4 pollen sac. Now pollen sac are also known as microsporangium. What do we call? Microsporangium. So total how many? 4 microsporangium are there. And due to presence of 4 microsporangium, then the anther is known as tetrasporangiate. And this tetrasporangiate anther, if we talk, whole anther has a 4 pollen sac, so microsporangium, due to it is known as tetrasporangiate. But in each lobe there is a 2 pollen sac or 2 microsporangium, so it is known as dithecous anther as well. So answer become option D, that is 4 sporangium. Question 10. Question 10 asks that synergids of polygonum type embryo sac are. Synergids of polygonum type embryo sac are. Now polygonum type embryo sac. Polygonum type embryo sac means 7-celled 8-nucleated embryo sac. 7-celled 8-nucleated embryo sac means the embryo sac in which there is a presence of 2 synergid and 1 egg cell and synergid. These synergid are 2 in number. Then at chalazal at it has a antipodals or antipodal cell that are 3 in number and 2 polar nuclei, and these 2 polar nuclei are present in this large single cell. So if we talk about this, there are total 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 nucleus and 7 cell. 1 2 3, this big, that is 4th, 5th, 6th and 7. So in this type of embryo sac synergids are. So synergids are obvious, they are haploid. So in question 10, answer become option A, that is haploid. Whereas if we talk about others, antipodals are haploid, polar nuclei are also haploid. 2 polar nuclei, so you can write n plus n. Egg cell is also haploid. Next is question 11. Now question 11 asks that in angiosperm triple fusion is necessary for formation of. Triple fusion is necessary for. First you should understand what is triple fusion. The triple fusion is a type of fusion in which secondary nucleus, that is a diploid cell, which is formed by fusion of 2 haploid polar nuclei. Now when 2 polar nuclei fuse, they form a secondary nucleus, that is diploid. When this secondary nucleus fuse with haploid male gamete, this will give rise to the 3n structure, which is known as primary endosperm nucleus, that is PEN, which is formed within the primary endosperm cell. So this triploid structure, which is formed after the triple fusion, is nothing but a endosperm. So option D is the correct, that is a endosperm. Question 12. Question 12 asks that in the flowering plant the largest number of haploid cells are occur in. Now largest number of haploid cell occur in microsporangium, that is pollen sac. Why? Because in microsporangium or pollen sac there is a formation of numerous haploid pollen grain through meiosis of pollen mother cell. So microsporangium, that is option B, is the correct answer. Question 13. Correct definition of pollination is, so you know that pollination is a transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. This type of transfer of pollen grain is known as pollination. So it is a fact based question, so A is the correct answer and it is an easy question. Next is question 14. Question 14 asks that the ovule of angiosperm is technically equivalent to ovule of angiosperm. Now the technical term for the ovule of angiosperm is nothing but a megasporangium, and this megasporangium is integumented. Megasporangium which has an integument that is equivalent to the ovule. So megasporangium, option A is the correct answer. Question 15. Question 15 asks that which type of propagation is better for the plant? Type of propagation better for plant. So if we talk about this option, you know that sexual reproduction or propagation is better compared to the asexual, because sexual reproducing organism can survive, can adapt better, and can have a variation. That variation help them to adapt in a better way. So if we talk about the option A is given as seed, which is a sexually reproducing structure, so it can be the answer. Option B is given as tuber is a vegetative propagation, so it cannot be the correct answer. C is given as bulb is also a vegetative propagation, and D is a rhizome, that rhizome is also a vegetative propagation, but seed is produced through the sexual reproduction, so it can possess an embryo of a new plant, and that can give rise to the new plant and that adapt in a better way. So A is the correct answer.